I am here today to talk about an art form that has had a major influence on American culture. So let's play a game, shall we? See if you can complete these famous phrases. Pat, I would like to buy a vowel, that's right. Do you want to phone a friend, correct? Are you smarter than a fifth grader, right? Deal or no deal, right? And here's one for the serious hardcore fans. Big bucks, no whammies. Good answer, good answer. These are some of the most well-known phrases in our country. And where do they all come from? That is the $64,000 question. Survey says, game shows. My name is Bob Boden, and I'm responsible for some of the most beloved game shows of all time. Game shows have been an integral part of American society for almost 100 years. First on radio, then broadcast television, on cable, on streaming, apps, everywhere you can imagine, including home board games, the classroom, corporate events, and on and on. Over 1,000 titles have been produced, including panel shows, quiz shows, puzzle shows, talent shows, relationship shows, and many other types of games where people compete to win something. What a blissfully simple idea. My love affair with game shows started at the age of 6, when my mom took me to a taping of a show called Password at what is now the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York. As I sat in the balcony, enraptured by a show in living color that I had previously only watched in black and white on my tiny TV at home, the light turned on for me. From that moment on, I became obsessed with everything game shows. And in my years between 6 and 60 plus, I have turned my passion into a career as a creator, developer, executive, writer, and producer. After graduating high school, I chased my game show dream by moving west, where I attended UCLA and became a regular on the Hollywood game show circuit. The pioneer reality show Real People did a story on me as a game show junkie. I appeared in the Weird Al Yankovic music video parody of Jeopardy! And I was a contestant on a show hosted by two little people. I guess everybody has to start someplace. It's indisputable that game shows change people's lives. It provides them with fleeting fame, varying levels of fortune, and for many, a real-life fantasy experience to show off their skills, their knowledge, their personality, all bundled with the lights, the music, the sound effects, and the excitement that rocked the world of this 6-year-old boy sitting in the audience at Password. It's the quintessential American dream, where talent meets wish fulfillment. Who wants to be a millionaire, you ask? I would say all of us. And who doesn't long for that unique opportunity to hear their name followed by those 3 magic words, come on down? Game shows can change your life, even if you never get a chance to visit the studio. Here are 5 lessons that game shows can teach you about life. First, do your homework. A couple years ago, ABC aired the Jeopardy! Greatest of All Time tournament. The combined winnings of the 3 players exceeds $12 million. Sounds like a great payday just for recalling a few hundred facts, right? Well, I can tell you that their impressive trivia championships were decades in the making. Studying trivia is a grueling process that includes a highly disciplined and structured regimen. It's roughly the equivalent of memorizing entire encyclopedias, thousands of articles, and a back-breaking array of online lists, facts, and statistics, not to mention over 500,000 previously aired Jeopardy clues. A trivia expert I once produced referred to himself as a mental athlete. And it's not just the brain power that earns these players untold wealth, it's also the dexterity of knowing how and when to trigger that buzzer, which the late Alex Trebek lovingly referred to as the signaling device. One of the Jeopardy GOAT contestants, James Holzhauer, had a tremendous run on the show and captured the hearts and minds of millions of viewers with his high-risk approach to gameplay and one of the fastest thumbs in the West. How did he get that way? Well, it was months and months of practice on a homemade device built from a mechanical pencil and some paper tape, which he would activate while watching the show in real time as he was awaiting the call to appear. You might wonder what this finely crafted device looked like. Well, wonder no more. There it is. He gave that to me recently as an addition to the game show museum that I currently keep in my home. Thank you, James. So, what's the lesson here? Before you take on any challenge, study the rules, the expectations, the people involved, and how you would achieve your dream scenario. Success is hardly ever an accident. Preparation holds the key. Second, be a team player. Working as a partner is an important quality in many areas of life and an essential trait on game shows. For instance, Family Feud, the most famous teamwork format. How would you do when I, as your celebrity partner, offer you a list of precise items that fit a subject to see if you can guess that subject? It's just like the end game of the $100,000 pyramid. Let's try it. A banana, a lemon, the sun, butter, a daffodil. Yellow. Things that are yellow. Excellent. The rest of the clues, a New York taxi, a middle traffic light, and minions. Things that are yellow. Pretty simple, right? Well, here's a little tougher one for you, smarties. A coin, your lid, a restored house, a playing card, flapjacks. Things you flip. Very good. Excellent. The rest of them are your hair and a burger. Very well done. Third, suck it up. Nothing replicates real life more than the concept of losing. Many people experience life-changing moments on game shows, and sadly, a large percentage of these experiences involve disappointment. Not everyone can take home a brand new car. Sometimes you get stuck with turtle wax or Lee press-on nails or rice-a-roni, the big flavor side dish that's so quick, so easy, just saute and simmer to flavor perfection. Try rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, gosh, I just get carried away sometimes. So, how do you deal with the agony of defeat? Or worse yet, selecting a Zonk prize? Do you maintain your dignity, congratulate the winner, and pledge to do better next time? If so, you're not only a model game show contestant, you are a fine, upstanding citizen. I lived this firsthand when I was bachelor number 3 on the dating game and left the studio crushed and dateless. You know what? I'm still here 40 years later, happily married, and not looking back into my game show rearview mirror. Fourth, focus on outcomes. This is about thinking strategically, planning ahead, and avoiding the traps that get hurtled our way. When you guess the top answer on the Family Feud board, do you elect to pass or play? Well, It depends on the question, the scores, and the contributions of your teammates thus far in the game. How strongly do you spin that Wheel of Fortune wheel so as to maximize your chances that it will avoid the bankrupt wedge? And when do you use that great equalizer bid on The Price is Right, the dreaded $1? These are the risk-reward decisions that define your viewing experience, who you root for, and your visceral reactions when the players you adopted as a fan ultimately win or lose the game. In the moment, it's just about the process, but in real life, it's also about the final result. And lastly, enjoy the ride. Savor those moments of your life. You're sharing the stage with a big-name celebrity host. You're playing a game that you have a great chance of winning. You've checked that box for 15 minutes of fame, and you might even find true love. Many contestants on Let's Make a Deal rationalize their choice to take a significant risk with the observation, I came here with nothing. So remember, it's all just gravy, even if all you win is gravy. As I say in the contestant briefings for the show I'm producing now, funny you should ask, we're not curing COVID here. We're creating entertainment. We picked you to be on our show because we believe that you'll make great TV. So have a good time. Smile, giggle, do your best, but don't get too caught up in it. If you're happy on camera, win or lose, you will be thrilled when you watch the show later on with your friends and family. But if you're miserable and frowning and not here to have a good time, we'll post those clips on YouTube and they'll stay there the rest of your life. That threat has yet to fail. One of Jimmy Buffett's lesser-known songs, which was the track used on my Real People Game Show Junkie segment, says it so poetically. Well, she's no big deal to most folks, but she's everything to me, because my whole world lies waiting behind door number 3. When my daughter was in high school, we attended a seminar on preparing for college, and the counselor started her remarks by asserting that the worst possible thing that a high school student could do is waste their lives away by watching The Price is Right. Well, after her speech, I approached her and I mentioned that I took issue with her comment. I explained that I watched The Price is Right regularly from the age of 13 straight through high school and college and my entire adult life, and that it led me to work on the show and helped launch my career in game shows, which I valued just as much as my college degree. When my daughter graduated with honors from Berkeley, I took her and the counselor to a taping of The Price is Right. And I assure you, it was not a waste of time. So there. A phrase commonly used by game show development folks and network executives is takeaway. What does the viewer actually gain from the concept? Is it unusual facts that you can post on social media? Is it laughs, tears, gasps, or insights into human nature? Do you see yourself as a potential participant? How would you have done compared to the contestants? And most significantly, what lessons can you apply to your normal world, devoid of bells and buzzers and think music, but filled with many parallel challenges and experiences? So, what do game shows really teach us about life? These are the 5 lessons, the 5 takeaways that I've outlined so far, and I offer this advice as my final answer. Play hard, play smart, and play fair. And if you do, you'll most likely make it to the bonus round. And maybe, just maybe, you'll win the grand prize. I'm Bob Boden. Thanks for playing, everyone.